evening, nurses. If you're a nurse, will you raise your hand? Look at them all. And if you're not a nurse, will you stand up and give them a standing ovation? Go ahead. They are our heroes in scrubs, our midnight shift magicians, our charting warriors. And good evening to the people who love the nurses, the ones who support you. Even some of your bosses are here. Look around. This is a room full of courage and heartbreak. It's a room full of healing, but also humanity at its very, very best. If you've ever wondered why you do the work that you do, why you chose it, why you keep showing up, even when it's hard, even when you're exhausted, tonight, we're recalling that answer. Tonight, we're here to celebrate the stories, the strength, the why. That's the strength behind nursing. I'm Lila Lazarus, and I'm the one here to welcome you to the 2026 Nightingale Awards. Trust me, you are exactly where you are supposed to be tonight. We begin with that tiny, powerful word, though, that why. You'll know in just a little minute, little baby. It's one of the first words we ever said, right? Why? Why is the sky blue? Why are you crying? Why do I have to go to bed? Why can't I eat cookies for dinner? But then something happens along the way. Suddenly, we stop asking why. Have you noticed? And here's the thing. We don't lose that curiosity because we get old. We get old because we stop using the curiosity and asking why. So tonight, I want you to come back to your why, nurses. I want you to remember what it's like to feel like a kid again, when you feel a little more awake, a little more alive, a little more alert. And ask yourself, why? Why did I become a nurse? And I'm curious, because in this room, there are dozens of nurses who didn't just choose nursing. No, they followed a calling. They answered it. So let's find out. Let me ask you, I saw that you were a nurse. What's your why?
I would say my why is I can do for others what I would want them to do for me if I was in their position every single day I go to work.
That's fabulous. Give her a round of applause. Give me another nurse. Who's another nurse? Wait, you were all raising your hands before. Who's a nurse? Come on. Look at them. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right. Tell me your why.
My why is I enjoy being part of making a difference in someone else's life.
Amen. Let's hear it for that. Are we still afraid? I mean, maybe you like the chaos, or maybe you just think you look amazing in scrubs. I heard one person say it was this or prison. Don't worry, this isn't a performance review. There's no wrong answer, unless, of course, your boss is sitting right next to you right now. But here's what I know. Every single one of you has a story. And that's why tonight we honor those stories. Because your story, that is the strength in nursing. So I'm going to leave this mic right over here. And say good evening, everybody. Can anybody see me? All right, that's great. It is so good to be back. Truly, this is one of those events I get to be a part of that is really a highlight of my year. And I can't believe 1 year has already passed since last year's awards ceremony. For those of you I haven't met, my name's Lila Lazarus. I was a news anchor for some 30 years, which means I'm highly trained in reading things that other people wrote with great hair but absolutely no real life skills. I have the absolute joy of serving as your MC, your mistress of ceremonies. But let's be honest. I mean, at this point in my life, isn't it time for a rebrand? I mean, shouldn't I now be the madam of ceremonies? Because the mistress, she's young and she's mysterious and she's making questionable decisions before midnight.
But me, I'm the madam. I travel with ibuprofen. I have strong opinions about the light up here. I probably didn't hear what you just said, and also I'd like to be in bed by 9:30, okay? Yeah. It's true. Now, the mistress used to bring energy, but the madam will also bring energy. It's just that my energy is courtesy of Advil, magnesium, B12 gummy, eye drops, and whatever miracle is happening in my Spanx. Okay. You guys look amazing, so I know you looked in the mirror tonight. I looked in the mirror tonight, and the first thing I thought of was Rosanna Dana. And then it occurred to me that most of the people in this room aren't even old enough to know who Rosanna Dana is. But I looked in the mirror, and all I thought is, ugh, I'm depressed, I gained weight, my face is breaking out, I'm nauseous, I'm constipated, my feet are swollen, my gums are bleeding, my sinuses are clogged, I got heartburn, I'm cranky, and I got gas. And then I thought, if I say that, the nurses are gonna think, okay, but on a 1 to 10, how bad is this gas, right? Now, you know our theme tonight is your story, the why. That's behind the strength of nursing. And your why is something that, since last year I had a moment that really reminded me exactly what why feels like. Whenever I come here, I always tell my most recent adventure, I'm kind of an extreme athlete and an adventure junkie. And just a few months ago, I was in Greece with my husband and my sister, and I wanted to climb the Vikos Gorge. I don't know if anybody has heard of it, but the Vikos Gorge is the deepest gorge in the world. It's in the Guinness Book of World Records. It's a 13-mile hike with dramatic limestone cliffs. It's very rugged, very steep. The terrain is unforgiving, loose rocks, and dehydration is a real risk because once you hike in, you got to get yourself out. There's no Uber. But you get it because you're nurses. You walk into the unknown every single day, and someone's always counting on you to help them find their way through. But I'm about to walk into this hike, and the locals are stopping me before I get to the trail and saying, "A woman?" I'm like, "Yeah." "At your age?" "Yeah." "It's 6 hours minimum. No cell service. Floods, mudslides." So I had that moment, like, do I listen to all the reasons not to, or do I just trust my why? So my sister and my husband, they were like, "No way." There's a serious risk of dehydration down there. So they took off to hydrate at a local tavern at the other end of the gorge and wait and see if I survive. Meanwhile, I'm descending into this massive crack in the earth all alone, no exits along the way, no shortcuts, just me, my thoughts, and a trail that keeps whispering to me, are you sure you want to do this? That's what I was thinking. So maybe you're wondering, why am I telling you this? When you find yourself in a place like that, your why better be a whole lot stronger than your fear, because fear shows up pretty fast and tells you to turn back. But your why says, you didn't come this far to play small. My why is always to feel alive, to see what I'm capable of, to learn how to trust myself, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's uncertain, even when I'm feeling very, very alone. Now, spoiler alert, I made it. That's me at the end of the Vikos Gorge. I survived. I climbed out in under 3 hours, and when I came out, my husband and my sister were waiting for me at the bar, and they were totally stunned, like they'd witnessed a miracle, and then they had to cancel my cremation because they were sure I wasn't going to make it. Now, like I say, I'm not a nurse, but I played one on TV, and I'm pretty convinced it's what nurses hike into each and every day, the unknown, the uncertain. You show up very steady, very strong, fully present. You don't call it climbing or hiking. You call it nursing, and we call it extraordinary. Showing up for people on their hardest days, their most uncertain moments, their most vulnerable hours. And tonight, we want to celebrate you and your why. So get ready to be applauded. Get ready to be uplifted. maybe even cry a little, those good kind of tears. Nightingales, are we ready for the evening's festivities? Yeah. Because we do have an exciting evening ahead of us. First up, someone else who definitely understands his why. Please welcome the Dean of the Oakland University School of Nursing, Dr. Christopher Lance Coleman. And Dr. Christopher Lance Coleman, I hope when you get up here, you tell us your why.
Good evening, everyone. Now listen, we are here to party tonight, celebrate. We've got a lot of celebrities here in the house. We have our Nightingale awardees here, so we're gonna make some noise. So I'm gonna try this again. Good evening. Good evening. Very good. You know, before I tell you my why, I do wanna say about Lila. You know, I've been watching her MC this phenomenal event. Isn't she the best? Let's give her a wonderful, rousing applause. I also want to thank our OU nursing staff for working behind the scenes to bring this beautiful event here this evening. Let's give them a round of applause. They're here somewhere. Thank you. So real quickly, our provost, Amy Thompson, who is my boss, always tells us to know our why. And one of the encounters I had with her when she first came to Oakland is she walked into the room, she's interviewing to be the provost, and the first words out of her mouth were her why for being here. And I never forgot it. And so when I had an encounter with her and sat with her, she said, you need to always know what your why is. So my why is why I get up every day and come to work. My why is the students, my why is the faculty. And my why is making sure that we maintain ourselves and that we remain the best school of nursing in Michigan. That's my why. All right, you guys need to fix the teleprompter. You got to roll it back. There you go. Thank you. So, good evening, everyone. And esteemed colleagues, guests, we're happy to see all of you here. As we gather for this very special occasion, I am so pleased to welcome to this wonderful event our university president, Dr. Ora Hurst-Peskovitz, and her partner, Dr. Dan Walsh. Please stand up. I am also pleased to welcome our Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost, Dr. Amy Thompson, and her wife, Beth Sonder Thompson. Please stand. So tonight, they join us in giving honor and recognition to the remarkable recipients of the Nightingale Award this evening. This celebration would not be possible if not for the generosity of our sponsors. Thank you for your generosity, your vision, and your unwavering support. Your contributions have made a significant difference in the lives of our students, and it is critical to their success. Your support positions us to shape the future of nursing, to ensure we have skilled, compassionate professionals needed to meet the challenges of an uncertain future. So on behalf of the OU School of Nursing, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to you. Your commitment to the school and to the future of healthcare is invaluable. You provide the resources and support that enable us to educate and empower the next generation of nurses. Your belief in our mission allows us to continue to strive for excellence in nursing, education, practice, and scholarship. So let's give a rousing, and I mean rousing, applause to all our sponsors here this evening. Nightingale awardees, it is a profound honor to stand before you today, celebrating not only your remarkable achievements, but also the unwavering dedication and compassion that define you all. Each of you has exemplified excellence, demonstrating resilience, empathy, and an unwavering commitment to the health and well-being of the communities you serve. Tonight, I want to talk about what I believe lies at the very heart of our profession, the strength in knowing your why. Understanding your why and what motivates you is not some concept. It is the foundation upon which establishes your moral compass. Your why is the reason you chose this noble profession. It is the driving force that compels you to care for others, to advocate for those who cannot advocate for themselves, and to bring comfort to those hurting in times of distress. You see, when you understand your why, you are led by resilience and strength. Now, what do people who know the strength of their why look like? Well, they don't give up. They don't quit. They know how to dust off their shoes and devise a plan of action when seemingly defeated. They are not easily shaken. And with precision, they navigate the unseen challenges in life, driven by a core purpose to fulfill their mission. They simply keep going. They know what it is like to have their voices silenced, but they are at peace knowing that eventually the truth will be revealed. And no matter the daily challenges hurled at them, they just keep trying and they keep moving forward. In the words of Viktor Frankl, when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Your why empowers you to adapt, to persevere, and to find, even in the most difficult circumstances, meaning. So yes, situations may rattle us, and people can aim to make our lives a little difficult. But when you know the strength of your why, it becomes a force field that scaffolds your confidence and determination to stay driven by purpose and conviction. Let me share a few examples that illustrate the profound impact of knowing your why. Consider Florence Nightingale, where in the face of overwhelming odds, she dedicated herself to improving sanitation and patient care, driven by her deep why, her belief in the dignity of every human life. Her commitment to her why transformed nursing into a respected profession and laid the groundwork for modern healthcare. Now think about the countless of you who stepped up during the COVID pandemic. You faced unprecedented challenges, risking your own health and safety to care for patients. Many of you spoke about your why, a calling to serve, a commitment to your communities, and a desire to make a difference. You see, your clarity of purpose not only sustained you, but also inspired your colleagues and many in the public. These examples remind us that when we align our actions with our why, we not only achieve personal fulfillment, but also uplift those around us. As Nightingale Award recipients, you are not just exceptional nurses, you are leaders. Knowing your why enhanced your ability to provide compassionate care and leadership. It allowed you to connect with your patients and others on a deeper level, fostering trust and understanding. Knowing your why allowed you to approach your work with a clear sense of purpose, allowing you to create an environment where patients feel valued and cared for. Your empathy and dedication have transformed your place of work into a place of healing. Let the strength of your why continue to shape your decisions, your goals, and your interactions with patients and colleagues alike. Share it with others. Let it continue to resonate in your work and in your life. In closing, I urge each of you to continue exploring and deepening your understanding of your why. As recipients of the Nightingale Award, you have already demonstrated remarkable achievement, but your journey does not end here tonight. Let your purpose guide you as you navigate your journey. Remember, the strength in knowing your why is not just a personal advantage. It is a gift you can share with your patients and your colleagues. Thank you for your dedication. Thank you for your compassion and your unwavering commitment to making a difference in the lives of others. You have inspired and uplifted us all. And tonight, we celebrate each of you. And may the light you illuminate continue to burn bright. Congratulations to you all. I now have the distinct pleasure of introducing the president of Oakland University, Dr. Ora Hertz-Peskovitz. Her background as an academic leader, healthcare administrator, and physician has provided her with amazing vision and prepared her as an advocate for healthcare professional higher education. Prior to becoming OU's 7th president, she served for 5 years as Executive Vice President for Medical Affairs at the University of Michigan and simultaneously as Chief Executive Officer for the University of Michigan Health System. Please join me in welcoming President Peskovitz.
Well, thank you so much, Dean Coleman, and good evening, everyone. It's such a tremendous pleasure to be here with all of you, and thank you, Dean, for your incredible leadership. Well, I want to thank all of you, especially the sponsors, for your generosity, because it's your generosity that really makes this evening possible. And of course, I also want to thank our School of Nursing Board of Advisors and visitors, and all of our healthcare partners who are here with us today. It's really tremendous that you're here. And I know that there are so many families who are here to recognize those that are getting awards tonight, but also friends and colleagues who are here to celebrate those honorees. And of course, congratulations to tonight's award winners. What a tremendous pleasure. Give them a pre-award celebration. Now, I know not everyone is going to get an award tonight, so I want to thank all of the amazing nurses who are here, because it's really your work that truly represents the very best of the nursing profession. And you know, I always like to say that the Nightingale Awards are one of Oakland University's most meaningful traditions. But as I was in the reception area, a group of nurses from Trinity Oakland said to me, "Ora, don't you think that this is really the Oscars of nursing?" And I want to say maybe we should change our name to be the Nightingale Oscars, because in fact this really is the Oscars of nursing, certainly for Michigan. And I'm so proud of the fact that we're hosting that right here at Oakland University. And you know, I'm always reminded of why I believe that nurses are the foundation of our medical profession. Because we would never have a Nightingale Award celebration, an event that recognizes such amazing nurses across our state from, as you must admit, competitive health systems, if such an event was left up to people like me, competitive healthcare administrators and doctors who are sometimes just a bit too arrogant, too self-focused, and of course, as I said, we come from competitive health systems. But the difference between physicians and healthcare administrators, and I know we have some nurses who are healthcare administrators too, but the difference between us and nurses is one of the things I admire so much about nurses. And that is that nurses always seek the best of the best to emulate. And they want to learn from one another and recognize one another. And that is such an amazing gift. And I just love this year's theme that you've already heard so much about. Your story is the strength behind nursing, and tell us your why. And so I'm going to tell you part of my why, and I've shared part of this story with you before, but it does remind me of the two most important nurses in my personal life who had such a profound impact on me and who really exemplify for me the tremendous service that nurses provide to patients, to families, to communities, and to people like me, daughters. So some of you know that I'm a pediatric endocrinologist, and I learned very early in my career that healthcare is never the work of one person. And one of the people who taught me that best was my nurse, Lori. And I worked with Lori hand in hand for over 20 years. And we saw thousands of patients together. And Lori taught me so much about medicine, about nursing, and really about life. And that's because Lori knew our shared patients so much more than what was in the medical record, in the EMR, what we saw in our clinic. Of course, she knew them medically, and she was extraordinarily competent, but she understood our patients' worries. She understood their family stories. She knew the realities of their lives, and she knew what would impact their care well beyond what was in our clinic room or in the hospital or at the bedside. And there's no doubt in my mind that Lori made me a much better physician. And most importantly of all, she helped to ensure that our patients received the best possible care. But actually, Lori wasn't the first nurse to teach me about medicine. That was another remarkable nurse, and her name was Bella, and she was my mother. My mother began her nursing career, sorry, it's emotional for me, under extremely difficult circumstances. She grew up in war-torn Russia during World War II. She actually first studied nursing in high school, and then she spent the next 2 years in displaced persons camps all throughout Europe. And at that time, resources were extremely limited. Patients suffered from severe diseases. There was starvation, and my mother suffered from starvation too. And the diseases included severe communicable diseases as well. And care was delivered under extraordinarily difficult conditions. And when my mother would recount these stories to me as a young child considering a career in medicine, she didn't tell them as if these were horrible things. She talked about the remarkable opportunity that she had as a nurse to transform patients' lives. And then she would talk with excitement about the advent of antibiotics and how antibiotics transformed patients who were going to die into life-saving treatments. And then she was so excited and marveled at how vaccines could do even more, because they would not only treat communicable diseases, they would prevent life-threatening diseases from occurring in the first place. And so from Lori and Bella and the thousands of nurses that I had the opportunity to work with as a health system administrator at 2 major health systems and as a physician for over 30 years, I learned that nursing requires not only tremendous skill that you amazing nurses have, but also a steady presence, showing up for patients when they're at their most vulnerable moments, and providing them with the best care and compassion. And I love the fact that my mother would always talk about every day at nursing was different. It was never routine. Each day brought her new opportunities to serve others with new medications and new treatments, and she was so excited about that. And it's that spirit of lifelong learning and service that's really at the heart of nursing. It was my mother's why. It was Lori's why. And it's really what I see in the honorees that we're celebrating here tonight. Because the nurses that we are celebrating tonight represent the very, very best of what nurses do. They listen and they notice. They explain and they advocate. They comfort and they lead. And at Oakland University, we are just so very proud that we are able to host this Oscars, the Nightingale event here, to be part of this work. And we are just extremely proud of the many nurses that we train, almost all of whom stay to work in Michigan when they graduate. And tonight, we're especially proud to celebrate those extraordinary nurses who remind us just how important the work of nursing is. And so, to every nurse who is being recognized this evening, congratulations. Thank you so much for your leadership and for your compassion. And thank you for showing us every single day the extraordinary power of nursing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, President Peskovitz, and thank you to Lori and to Bella. As much as they gave you, through you, you have given so much to this university, and we're so glad that you're here and that you shared your why. A big thanks to those who now have given in past years and to continue to give to the Nightingale Scholarships. Your support is crucial for nurturing future nurses. You know, in news like in nursing, every day is a new adventure, exploration of unknown territory. It's unpredictable, it's uncomfortable. You're always out of your comfort zone. And if you spend more time in that place outside of your comfort zone, you get a little more comfortable being uncomfortable. The discomfort is more part of yourself once you spend a little time there and your comfort zone expands. And we all know the more you do hard things get easier. Basically, what I'm telling you now is go on an adventure, not my kind of adventures. I'm crazy. I ride motorcycles and climb mountains and jump out of airplanes with Navy SEALs, men in uniform. I'm not telling you to climb the Vicos Gorge or jump out of a helicopter strapped to a Navy SEAL, although I highly recommend that one. But you don't need to start there. If you want to turn up the power of your why, you need to take care of yourself, be willing to stretch yourself. You need to be willing to get uncomfortable, but not just at work, at home, in your relationships, with real conversations, and be willing to meet a stranger. So before we get into the meat of this program, would you please just introduce yourself to somebody around you don't know? Go ahead. You can do it. You can do it. You're so good at this. Okay, that's enough. So I want you to understand this. First of all, give yourselves a round of applause. That took courage. And I'm going to encourage you to do that again at the end of the night. But this isn't about your why. It's about your why not. Why not stretch yourself? Why not do that daily adventure? Why not do a dose of something new once a week, whether it's salsa dancing or pickleball or pottery class? If you can handle a double shift with no lunch break, you can definitely survive goat yoga. I want you to take a different route to work. I want you to meet new people. I want you to flirt with uncertainty. You'll become more comfortable with yourself. So it's both why, but also why not? And speaking of why not, what I really need to tell you is why not support the nursing education for the next Florence Nightingale? If you flip to the back of your program, you can scan the QR code with your phone and visit the Nightingale website and maybe even make a special gift to support future nurse leaders. Now, you know, it truly does take a village to make this annual celebration such a special success every single year. And a huge part of that success comes from the incredible generosity and partnership and commitment of the sponsors we've been telling you about. And tonight, we're especially excited because we have the opportunity to hear from a nurse leader representing this year's presenting sponsor, Henry Ford Health. And we're so grateful for their support and dedication to nursing, but also to our community. So please welcome the Senior Vice President and Chief Nurse Executive for Henry Ford, Eric Wallace.
This is where we live, where a major breakthrough meets the morning coffee, where a game-changing idea hits the game-winning shot, where round-the-clock research assures more time away, where we drive, explore, and discover, where devoted fans roar and good times roll, where our heart, soul, and science come to life. This is what we live for, because this is where we live.
Good morning.
We are Henry.
Thank you so much for being our sponsor,
You know,
presenting sponsor.
we did this last year. You didn't write, you didn't call.
All right, do you play pickleball?
Sure,
Oh, you're on. Do you play well or poorly?
sure.
Good, we'll play for money.
Sounds good.
Well, you know the theme, so you know what I'm coming at you with. What's your why?
I love the question. And yes, I did have it beforehand, so thank you. You know, truly, when I was trying to think about how to answer this, you know, so many of the nurses in here have amazing stories and amazing whys. And I could sit here and tell you about watching a brother who, when I was in my teenage years, go through 3 surgeries because he had a tumor that ate his femur that had to rebuild most of his leg. Or I could tell you more recently about my mother, who had breast cancer recur after 25 years in remission, and the amazing science and technology and advances in health so far have given us 5 years when her life expectancy was 2. Wow. But ultimately, I think my why is bigger than just those singular moments. When I was a very young nurse, I worked in the cardiac ICU and was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life in this career. And ultimately, I wanted to make a bigger difference than just the 2 patients that I was taking care of on a regular shift. And so I decided that I wanted to look at how can I not just make things better for the patients that we care for, but how do I make things better for all of the people who are taking care of patients? And that's what's so cool about what I get to do today and what many of our nurse leaders get to do today is we get a chance to influence how healthcare is actually delivered, not just in our sites, in our state, but across this country. And it's the incredible power that nurses have that's really, really cool.
Well, when you say that, the first question that comes to me is, what is the role then of the health system in terms of making sure our nurse is able to live out his or her why?
No, it's a great thought, right? I mean, ultimately, as an organization, our job is to get all of the administrivia, all the barriers out of the way so that these incredibly talented folks can do what they're so good at, which is care for people. And healthcare in the United States is the most heavily regulated industry in the entire world. And how do we make that incredible complexity simple for those people who are actually putting their hands on the patients that we serve?
And that's not an easy task. So for all that you're up against, for all that they're up against, why is it important to you, A, to be here, to celebrate Nurses Week, to make sure there is this Nightingale award ceremony? What is it about it that makes it so important to you?
I will admit to you, I had no idea how I was going to answer this coming in here tonight. And as I got a chance to chat, before with some of the amazing Henry Ford nurses that are here and their leaders and their families, what was the theme of the conversation was These kinds of events are so incredibly important. And for the folks who got a chance or get a chance to read through all of the nominations, not even just the winners, the work that is going on every single day is absolutely phenomenal. And hopefully what these award ceremonies do is remind us that those kinds of things go on every single day in every single place that nurses are. Just often we don't forget to stop, or we forget to stop and write them down. But the things that our folks tonight are going to be recognized for, I think almost every one of them will tell you, that's just my job.
Is there something you want to say to the runners-up and the winners tonight?
I would just say to all of you, I'm completely in awe of what you do each and every day. I'm so very proud, and I would say this is probably true of any of our leaders for any of our health systems that are here. We are so incredibly proud of what you do, and if there's ways that we can serve you, that's what we're here for. And so thank you from the bottom of our heart, not just during Nurses Week, but thank you for each and every day that you serve our patients, each other, and our community.
Nice. Thank you so much. Eric, your dedication, your leadership, it's so apparent, and thank you so much for taking my questions.
One more time for Eric Wallace, please. So each nurse's story is the strength behind nursing. And so I want you to think now, again, about your why. I want you to wonder, what would it be if you didn't know your why? It's my absolute pleasure now to introduce and announce, rather, the incredible co-chairs of tonight's celebration. So please join me in welcoming Lynn Chiesa and Isha Price.
All right, we all get to use the box because we're all a little short. So thank you, Lila. As a member of the Oakland University Board of Visitors, it is truly an honor to co-chair the 2026 Nightingale Awards for Nursing Excellence, a very special event where we recognize nursing professionals who demonstrate outstanding leadership, innovation, and exceptional patient care. You know, as I reflected on this year's theme, I asked myself, what is my why? And why did I choose nursing as a profession? And really, why have I stayed in this profession for so many years? When I reflect back, and this was really a really pivotal time in my life, is first I was very close with my grandmother, and I was a senior in high school, and she was diagnosed with cancer. I had the opportunity to be present and participate in her care through her end of life. And during that time, I witnessed firsthand that exceptional care nurses provide to patients, that care that was truly grounded in expert knowledge, presence, and compassion that goes far beyond any task. And then as her life ended, and it approached, her end of life approached, I remember that nurse caring for my grandmother, how she so beautifully transitioned to focusing on comfort and her unwavering commitment to her dignity and humanity. And then not only was she caring for someone that I love so deeply, but she cared for me and my family as well. That experience truly inspired me to become a nurse. And in fact, I wanted to go into education. And just witnessing the awe of nursing and the difference that she made in our lives and my grandmother, it's really exactly why all of us are here today, to honor nursing. Nursing is the only profession invited into the most sacred spaces of the human experience. Nurses are present at the beginning of life. We welcome newborns into the world. We support those families in those moments filled with joy, anticipation, sometimes fear. Nurses stand at the bedside of those critically ill patients in our emergency departments or intensive care units. And we know in those environments, every second matters, and the clinical expertise, that calm, confident presence, fierce advocacy, and decisive action can change the course of a life. Nurses are also there when news is difficult, when a diagnosis alters a family's future, when those words feel so heavy when heard, and when their silent presence provides that much-needed strength. In those moments, nurses provide more than care. They provide steadiness, honesty, compassion. They help patients and families find their footing when that ground beneath them feels uncertain. And at the end of life, nurses hold space in ways that few others can. They hold the hand of a patient who is passing. They support those family members whose knees become weak with grief. They protect dignity, ease suffering, and offer comfort when cure is no longer possible. These moments remind us that nursing, this is really my why. The reason this profession becomes part of who we actually are. And as I look in this audience and all these amazing faces of all of our nurses here, I ask that you pause for just a moment. And maybe it's on your ride home when you really reflect on all that occurred this evening. What is your why? Please reflect on the lives that you've touched, those colleagues that you've mentored and inspired, those moments when your knowledge, compassion, and courage changed the course of someone's life. Every day you show up, often in those hardest moments, with skill, big hearts, and unwavering commitment. And my ask of all of you is, please don't ever forget your why.
I get to use the step now. That's my why. They say sometimes a profession chooses you before you even realize you're searching for it. I was a 27-year-old single mother, raising a daughter while trying to build a future I had never seen modeled for me before. I was the first in my family to graduate college, raised by a great-grandmother whose wisdom came not from books, but from life. She only had a 6th grade education, shaped by the weight of the Jim Crow South. But what she lacked in formal education, she made up for it in strength, discipline, and faith. And she planted something in me, a belief that I could go further. Nursing found me in a season where I needed purpose, and it didn't just give me a career, it gave me a lifeline. It taught me how to stand in the gap for others while learning how to stand for myself. It gave me a skill to heal and the courage to lead. Today, I am a family nurse practitioner. I own and operate a clinic that provides free healthcare services. Somebody say free. Healthcare services to communities that are too often overlooked. And just as important, I pour back into the next generation, mentoring and training future nurses who will carry this work even further. Because this journey was never just about me. It's about everyone that came before me, every patient who trusts me, and every young person watching, wondering if they belong in rooms they've never seen before. Nursing didn't just change my life, it saved it. And now I get to use it to help save others. Welcome to the Nightingale Awards.
So the success of tonight's event is made possible through the generous support of our sponsors. Thanks to your dedication and involvement, the Nightingale Awards have been able to support nursing education for the past 37 years. It includes providing student scholarships, funding faculty research, and staying updated on critical technology advancements to help educate and shape that future of nursing.
Thank you to our presenting sponsor, Henry Ford Health. Thank you to platinum sponsors, Corewell Health and Michigan Medicine. Thank you to our alumni sponsor, the Strum Elise Family Foundation. Thank you to our silver sponsor, Detroit Medical Center. Thank you to our bronze sponsors, McLaren Oakland and McLaren Macomb. And the Oakland County Health Division. And thank you to our People's Choice Award sponsor, Oakland University William Beaumont School of Medicine.
And thank you to our award sponsors, AmeriCare Medical, Priority Health, and Trinity Health. And thank you to our trophy sponsor, Angela Hospice, and our pin sponsor, Michigan Health and Hospital Association. We are incredibly grateful for our generous sponsors. Without your support, this evening would not be possible. Your contributions are essential for the success of the future nurses who depend on the scholarship assistance. We thank you all. All right, now for the exciting part, turn to page 6 in your program. All right, scan the QR code for your chance to win a Tiffany necklace and Tiffany bracelet. These beautiful pieces of jewelry were generously donated by AmeriCare Medical, and we will announce the winners soon.
We also wanted to take a moment to recognize the Oakland University School of Nursing Board of Visitors. This esteemed group represents a collective dedication to advancing nursing education and shaping the future of healthcare. Comprised of distinguished leaders, compassionate advocates, and innovators, the Board of Visitors plays a pivotal role in fostering excellence within Oakland University's School of Nursing.
Okay. So now let's take a moment to celebrate the Nightingale Nomination Committee. This dedicated group of nurses embraces the incredible responsibility of reviewing every nomination submitted. With over 175 entries this year, they poured their hearts in reading each and every one, carefully rating and scoring them to identify the winners and the runner-ups. Comprised of 11 remarkable individuals from various nursing backgrounds and diverse healthcare organizations, this committee exemplifies the spirit of teamwork, excellence in nursing, and their commitment to recognizing the exceptional contributions of their peers. It inspires all of us. They are led by co-chairs Marlene Mullen and Maggie Jess. A big thank you goes out to you all for the enormous job you assisted with. So now will the nominating committee members please stand so we can recognize you.
It truly is an honor just to be nominated for a Nightingale Award. Everyone who was nominated should take great pride in this achievement. Your colleagues acknowledge the remarkable impact you have in the nursing field, dedicating their time to celebrate your accomplishments through their nominations. This acknowledgement not only reflects your hard work, but also serves as inspiration to continue making a positive impact. The complete list of this year's nominees is included in the program book, along with a list of esteemed Nightingale winners from the past 37 years. You can applaud that. Many of these distinguished individuals are here tonight, proudly wearing their Nightingale pins. Their legacy of excellence continues to light the way for future generations of nurses.
Let's hear it for our co-chairs, Lynn, Isha. Ladies, well done. Thank you for all you did to support this ceremony this year. You've done an excellent job. Thank you so much. There's another group of nurses to honor tonight, and we want to take this moment during the celebration to celebrate the lives and the impact of the nurses that we have loved and lost this past year. We know that they are certainly with us in spirit and that their love and their kindness continue on. We're grateful for their service and the lives they've touched. In the spirit of celebrating each and every one of you nurses and your meaningful impact on people's lives, I would like to circle back to all of those that were nominated for a Nightingale Award this year and ask you, please stand up. If you've been nominated for a Nightingale Award. These are the nominees representing the very best of nursing. Their impact reaches far beyond a single day, reaches far beyond a single shift. Tonight we celebrate them because someone recognized the extraordinary difference they make and felt that their story, their why, deserved to be shared. And while we're at it, we should also thank the nominators. Without you taking that initiative to recognize someone, there would be no awardees. So thank you for your gift of recognizing and nominating a nurse. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for some fun. So can I have everyone pull the program book they were given again and open it up to page 29. If on page 29, and you have a Grizz head sticker in your program, please stand up and scream, bingo! Page 29, a Grizz head sticker. All right, wait, stay standing. They need to know who to give this gift to. You are now the recipient of a spa package. Congratulations. It's coming over. Okay. Now let's see who won the Tiffany necklace and the Tiffany bracelet donated by AmeriCare Medical. Is there anybody here who wants a Tiffany gift this evening? I thought there might be a few of you. Well, let's find out. Here it comes. She's running like she just won the Price is Right. Now, if I do call your name, you do have to run up here like you won the Price is Right. And I've got the goods. So, there are two winners here. Shakia Johnson. Nice. You better get up here. And Miriam Roumier. Where's Miriam? She's not here? Well, then you choose whichever one you want. I don't know which one's which. Lucky you, let's hear it. Accepting this award for me. Oh, Miriam. Congratulations. You deserve it. And thank you again to AmeriCare and to the Oakland University School of Nursing for your support of these awards tonight and for making those special gifts possible as well. Okay, that was fun. What's also really fun, though, is receiving a prestigious award. So, this is coming to you for your hard work and your dedication to the profession. So let's get to this year's runner-up awardees. Come on up, gals. First up, the runner-up in advanced practice nursing, Jessica Schmidt from Henry Ford Health. Jessica holds a swimming record at Jackson High for the last 16 years. Congratulations to Jessica. The runner-up winner of the Oakland University School of Nursing Distinguished Alumni Award is Dylan Perry. Congratulations, Dylan. So, Dylan looks forward to coming home to his fiance and dog every single day. The dog's name, by the way, is Stanley. How sweet. The runner-up for excellence in education is Taylor Soltis from Henry Ford Health. Let me read to you Taylor's why. I chose nursing to make a positive impact in the community I live in. I strive to care for each patient as if they were my own family member or loved one. Now, as a nurse educator, I'm motivated to lead the staff to provide the best patient care through evidence-based practice, compassion, and empathy. Congratulations, Taylor. Runner-up for excellence in nursing leadership, Douglas Kukila from Henry Ford Providence, Novi. Douglas said, I enjoy working with and strengthening the confidence of new nurses. Thank you for your efforts, Douglas. That's great. The runner-up in the executive administration category is, from Henry Ford Health, Kim Meeker. You should know that Kim is very artistic, enjoys painting in both acrylic and watercolor. Thank you so much, Kim. The runner-up for nursing in the community, Dr. Randon Jenkins from Wayne State University and Oakland Medical. Here's an interesting little tidbit he shared. I was just promoted to assistant professor at Wayne State University. Congratulations. And the post-acute care and specialty nursing runner-up is, from Henry Ford West Bloomfield, Patricia Glassa. Patricia says, I'm a proud fan of the Detroit Lions. Me too. I'm a real fan of Dan Campbell. Okay, sorry. I don't know. I have no idea where that came from. I think I may have mentioned, though, that I would leave my husband for him. But I might also mention that my husband would leave me for him. Okay, I'm sorry, Patricia. I'm a proud fan of the Detroit Lions. This is your fault. So resilience and long-term hope are basically part of my personality. Each day, I work to be Christ-like in everything I say and do. Some days are better than others. Congratulations, Patricia. Our next category, we have 3 honorees. Wow, the runners-up in the Excellence in Staff Nurse Practice category. Stacy Amwa from Detroit Medical Center, Detroit Receiving Hospital, who unfortunately won't be with us this evening, but also Samantha Bolton from Henry Ford, so come on up. Samantha, one of my favorite quotes by one of my favorite people, it is our choices that define who we truly are far more than our abilities. And Stacy also shared, I grew up on a farm in a small town in Canada where lives and raising our family. She has always enjoyed the balance of big city and quiet country. The third winner in this, Joseph Burns from Corwell Health. Joseph says, I am in a cover band where I sing and play the guitar, and I race a 1999 Mazda Miata. Wow. Wait, you're in a cover band and you didn't bring the band tonight? What are you guys doing next year for this event? All right, you're playing. Did you hear that? They're booked. I just did it. That's so nice of you to agree to play for us for free. Okay, that's great. And finally, the runner-up for the People's Choice Award goes to, from Henry Ford Health, Maggie Starr. One thing you should know about Maggie, she enjoys knitting her own clothes. Congratulations to Maggie and to all of our runners-up. Big round of applause for all of these outstanding nurses. These dedicated nurses have answered the call to serve others, to enhance patient care, and improve clinical policies and protocols. If you haven't done so already, please take a moment to read about their remarkable accomplishments. They are in the program book. Okay, now the 2026 award winners, although anybody who is nominated is a winner. Each recipient of this prestigious award will receive one of these solid bronze statues of Florence Nightingale, a Nightingale pin, and a $1,000 cash prize. The first Nightingale Award is for excellence in advanced practice nursing. The winner from Eastern Michigan University is Jenny Hoffman.
I am honored and grateful to receive this Nightingale Award. It is very meaningful to receive an award named after Florence Nightingale, the founder of modern nursing, and join the outstanding nursing professionals being recognized at this ceremony. I want to thank my colleague, Dr. Sandra DeSanto, for nominating me, the selection committee for choosing me for this award, and my family, especially my daughter Alexia, who has encouraged, supported, and believed in me. This inspires me to continue working hard to improve the lives of others and continue making valuable contributions to the nursing profession.
Presenting the award to her is the Vice President of Patient Care Services and Chief Nursing Officer from McLaren, Oakland, Laura Harmon. Congratulations. Jenny is a professor of nursing and a senior faculty member with the Center for Health Disparities, Innovations, and Studies at Eastern Michigan University, and a nurse practitioner in community public health. Her research interests include health promotion and risk reduction, health disparities, women's health, nursing education, including simulation, and interprofessional education. Congratulations. Next up, the Oakland University School of Nursing Distinguished Alumni Award. It goes to an exemplary graduate of OU's nursing program who's leading in their nursing field. Chantel Feeney from Henry Ford Health is the winner.
Receiving the Nightingale Award as a distinguished alumna is a profound honor. My passion for nursing began with a simple truth, that caring for someone, whether a colleague or patient, can change their life. To my mentors, Carissa and Linda, and my extremely incredible team at Novi who nominated me, thank you for the autonomy to grow and the inspiration to be a better nurse every day. And to my husband, Patrick, thank you for being my anchor through every long shift and every challenge. You've held down the fort so I can pursue my passion, and your belief in me is why I'm standing here today. Thank you.
The award's being presented to Chantel by Oakland University's Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs and Provost, Dr. Amy Thompson. Chantel is an operating room surgical educator at Henry Ford Providence Novi, seamlessly combining clinical excellence with a passion for mentorship, from leading simulation labs to scrubbing in on complex brain and spine cases. Whether she's teaching first aid to Girl Scouts or serving in her health ministry, she proves that sharpening one's skills and sharing them with others is the best medicine for ensuring superior patient outcomes. Next up, the Excellence in Nursing Leadership Award. And the winner is Amelia LaChance from Henry Ford Health. Presenting the award,
I'm truly honored to receive this Nightingale Award. After 8 years in nursing, from bedside to leadership, it means so much to be recognized for work that I truly enjoy and take pride in. Thank you to the NP on my team who nominated me. Knowing this came from someone who understands this role and believes in the work I do makes this incredibly meaningful. To my boss, thank you for your leadership, your support, and for always encouraging me to grow. And to my coworker, thank you for being my sounding board and my daily support. And of course, my husband, thank you for always being there for me and supporting me through everything. I wouldn't be here without you.
presenting the award, you may recognize the Senior Vice President and Chief Nursing Executive from Henry Ford Health, Eric Wallace. Also, I wanted to mention that Amelia currently serves as Stroke Center Program Coordinator and Project Manager at Henry Ford Providence Hospital, leading initiatives to improve patient outcomes, streamline workflows, and enhance hospital-wide stroke performance. She is passionate about improving patient care, advancing stroke program quality, and fostering a collaborative and supportive environment for healthcare teams. Congratulations to you. Next up, we have the Nightingale Award for Excellence in Executive Administration. And the winner from Henry Ford Wyandotte is Bernadette White. Presenting the award to Bernadette, Oakland University's Dean of School of Nursing, Christopher Lance Coleman.
I'm deeply honored and truly grateful to receive this Nightingale Award. Nursing is not just what I do, it is my passion and my purpose, and a privilege to help create a compassionate, patient-centered practice where every voice matters. Thank you to Jody Cole for nominating me, and to Kim Meeker, our Chief Nursing Officer, for your trust and support. I'm also grateful to serve our community through Haven and the Michigan Organization of Nurse Leaders. I carry deep gratitude for my parents, who taught me to use my gifts to make a difference in the lives of others, and to my husband, Eric, my constant advocate and biggest supporter. Thank you.
Bernadette is a nurse executive and director of nursing professional development and magnet at Henry Ford Wyandotte Hospital. She's passionate about empowering nurses through shared governance and professional development and is committed to delivering compassionate, patient-centered care. Congratulations. Next up is Excellence in Education, and the winner from University of Michigan, Stephanie Gibson from University of Michigan Health and Michigan Medicine. She brought an entire cheering squad. This award is presented by University of Michigan Health Chief Nurse and Operations Executive, Julie Ishak.
I am deeply humbled and honored to receive this extraordinary award. This recognition reminds me every day just how meaningful our work as educators truly is. Suzanne Knight and Barbara Hensinger, your thoughtful nomination means the world to me, and I am so grateful for your belief in my work. To my incredible leader, Maria Bobo, thank you for empowering, trusting, and inspiring us to reach new heights together. To my wonderful husband, your constant love and encouragement pushes me to grow. And to my two beautiful boys, you fill my heart with joy and purpose. And finally, to my amazing family, my village, my unwavering support system. You are the foundation of everything I do. Without you, none of this would be possible. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Stephanie is an educational nurse specialist at the University of Michigan Health and is passionate about transforming how frontline staff and new nurse leaders learn and grow. She's enthusiastic about leveraging innovative technology such as artificial intelligence to create immersive, meaningful educational experiences that improve patient care outcomes. The kind of nurse who asks, why do we do it like this? And then just makes it better. Congratulations. We are on to the Nightingale Award for Post-Acute Care and Specialty Nursing. The winner here, from Trinity Health, Abby Shehab. This award will be co-presented to Abby by AmeriCare Medical President and CEO Greg Jamian, and Vice President and Chief Nursing Officer for Trinity Health in Ann Arbor and Trinity Health Livingston, Katie Hoffman.
Receiving the Nightingale Award is truly an honor because it reflects the moments in nursing that matter the most. I'm incredibly grateful to our magnet coordinator, Elizabeth Hofer, for this nomination. Thank you to my CNO, Katie Hoffman, and nursing leadership for their continued support. I especially want to thank my manager, Elisa Seuss, for providing me the environment to lead and grow. Thank you to my supportive and inspiring 9E's team, and to my family, especially my daughter Aya. You are the why. I'm truly grateful to be part of this profession. This award reflects all of you.
So great. Abby's a registered nurse at Trinity Health Ann Arbor, works on a progressive care unit, actively engaged in professional development through the Continued Advancement Program, and currently serves as chair of the CNO Engagement Council, supporting nursing practice and professional growth while promoting leadership, visibility, and accessibility. All right, we're into the home stretch. We've got 3 more awards to give out. This is the award for excellence in nursing in the community. The winner from Oakland County Health, Michelle Allred. This particular award is always going to hold a special place in many of our hearts. And to help us present this award tonight to Michelle is former Oakland County Commissioner and AmeriCare Medical President and CEO, Greg Jamian.
I am truly honored and filled with gratitude to accept this Florence Nightingale Award. I want to extend a special thank you to Andrea Boca, Chief of Special Programs, for nominating me. I also want to acknowledge my incredible health officer, Kate Guzman, and my health administrator, Jennifer Floyd. I'm thankful for colleagues, community partners, and the childhood-led team who support this important work every day. Together, we are helping to create safer homes, healthier environments, and stronger communities for our children. For 36 years, I have had the privilege to serve and care for others. I am so proud to be a part of a profession that allows me to make an impact within our community. Working in childhood-led prevention and community nursing has shown me how powerful education, advocacy, and early intervention can be in protecting children's health and futures. A very special thank you to my husband and my family. They are my greatest blessing and my source of love, strength, and support on this journey.
Michelle's career has spanned across several areas of acute and community care, including pediatric hematology, oncology, pediatric intensive care, emergency nursing, public health, and today in public health nursing, she focuses on proactive approaches that protect and improve community health, working to identify risks, provide education, and connect families with resources before health issues become too severe. Care that doesn't stop at the hospital door, but walks right out into the community. Congratulations. This next award is given for excellence in staff nurse practice, and it goes to 2 exemplary nurses this year. The first goes to Lena Abutaha from Henry Ford Health. This award is being presented by Amy Toman, Critical Care Nursing Director from Henry Ford Providence.
In critical care, you learn quickly that life is both fragile and fierce. This Nightingale Award belongs to the patients who shaped me, the families who trusted us, and to the incredible team of nurses and physicians I am fortunate to work alongside. I am deeply grateful to Jennifer Shamoon, whose leadership sets the standard, and to Dr. Zugaib, whose generosity and expertise enabled me to create educational content that sharpens our pursuit of excellence. And to my beautiful children, you are my reason, my purpose, my everything. As Rumi said, let the beauty of what you love be what you do. I've lived that truth, and I'll keep showing up for it.
Ah, beautiful. And he's a cardiothoracic and cardiovascular ICU nurse with CCRN certification, ECMO training, FCCS training, specializing in the care of complex patients on mechanical circulatory support. Through her platform, Pulse and Pressers, she creates educational content that empowers colleagues, builds confidence, and elevates patient care. Congratulations to you. The second Excellence in Staff Nurse Practice Award goes to Jill Pendergraph from Corewell Health. Jill's award will be presented by Corewell Health System's Chief Nursing Executive, Kelly Sadler, and Vice President and Chief Nursing Officer, Ann Stewart from Corewell Health, William Beaumont University Hospital.
Thank you so much. I am truly honored to receive the Nightingale Award. Nursing is a calling and it means so much to be recognized. I want to thank my manager, Jen Martins, for your compassion, support, and leadership. You inspire me every day. To my colleagues, thank you for your constant support and teamwork. Without all of you, I could never be the nurse I am today. And to my family, my mom, husband, and 2 daughters, thank you for always lifting me up and being my strength when I needed it most. I'm so grateful to be part of this profession and to care for others. Thank you.
Jill currently serves as a registered nurse and charge nurse at Corewell Health William Beaumont Hospital in Royal Oak, where she provides care in medical, surgical, and telemetry, nursing, and now specializes in hospice and palliative care. Her diverse clinical background includes oncology, nursing, administration of chemotherapy, and experience in geriatrics, pediatrics, and bariatric care. Congratulations to you. Okay, this is it. Our last award. The People's Choice Award. She's my People's Choice too, which is unique from the other Nightingale Awards because nominations come directly from patients and family members of patients. The winner from Detroit Medical Center and Children's Hospital of Michigan, Carly Austin. Here to present this award, Dr. Chris Carpenter, Dean of the Oakland University William Beaumont School of Medicine and Detroit Medical Center's Group Chief Nursing Officer, Amy Hamilton.
I am deeply honored to receive this award, an acknowledgement not of me alone, but of the sacred bond between nurses and the families we serve. First, I give thanks to God for guiding my path. To my parents and my 86-year-old grandmother, your lives modeled love and compassion. And to Luna's family, now my family, thank you for nominating me. You have touched my heart in ways words cannot convey. This moment belongs to Luna. I had the extraordinary privilege of loving you for over 6 years. As a new graduate, I never imagined one child could teach me more about the true purpose of nursing than any textbook. Every peekaboo, every fight to keep you intubated, every moment of trust and care when you wrapped your little fingers around mine, I will carry those moments for a lifetime. Luna's life taught me that the measure of life is in the depth of love we give. My hope is to live as fully, courageously, and beautifully as my girl did.
Carly! Carly was nominated by Marne Robinson, and tonight, Marne would like to share part of her nomination with us. Please welcome Marne and her mom. Come on up.
That might make me too tall. Ooh. I've never been this tall before. I know. There are some people who, when you meet them, you just know you are in the right hands. You especially need that feeling when the person in need of care is your child. When Carly became my daughter's primary nurse, our lives had already been turned upside down. My twin daughters were born at 24 weeks. Lily passed away when they were just 2 months old, and Luna remained in intensive care for months after. She endured surgeries, complications, and was eventually readmitted for heart failure. The odds of her coming home were slim. I was facing the possibility of losing my second child while still grieving my first. At the same time, COVID had just begun, and I was living in Luna's hospital room, afraid to leave her side. And then Carly walked in. Despite how high risk Luna was, Carly stepped in with confidence and compassion. From that moment on, I knew my daughter was in the best possible hands. It's one thing to trust someone with your child. It's another to trust someone with your child's life at their most fragile moments. Carly made that possible. She explained things with clarity and empathy, asked questions I did not know to ask, and helped give voice to concerns I couldn't always articulate. She advocated, she problem solved, and she never stopped showing up. But more than that, she brought peace into an incredibly difficult space. She knew when I needed comfort, and she knew when I needed quiet strength. After 366 days in intensive care, Luna was finally able to come home, and Carly was right there celebrating with us. Over the years, through hospitalizations and setbacks, she continued to check in, encourage us, and celebrate Luna's progress. And when I had to share that Luna would not survive, Carly did what she has always done. She showed up. When Luna passed last October, Carly was there with us. You can see that Carly genuinely loves what she does and truly cares for her patients. I could not have made it through this difficult experience without her, and for that, I am forever grateful. I can think of no one more deserving of the People's Choice Award than Carly. She is not only an amazing nurse, she is an amazing person. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Marnay, for nominating Carly, for sharing Luna's story with us, for sharing the pain, but also your incredible feelings and thoughts about Carly. Wow. Day in the life of a nurse. Congratulations once again to all of this year's outstanding award recipients. This is a really powerful representation of the top nurses in Michigan. Tonight, of course, has been inspiring, moving. It's a remarkable profession. I hope each of you feels honored, knows how deeply we appreciate your invaluable contributions. Tonight, of course, we honor the unstoppable, the unshakable, the utterly irreplaceable force that is all of you nurses. That's the strength. Everybody, you can all head over for dessert and we can share our whys at the afterglow. Don't forget to greet a stranger. Those chance meetings are truly the best part of life. Thank you for being here, for allowing me to MC once again this year. Good night, everybody. Congratulations.